Even I, who was born and bred with a love for peace and humanity, felt a blow today. Something has cracked in me. I feel hurt, very hurt.
Before they was against the government, against the fence building, and now they changed their mind. They want the fence building quicker than we want. Suddenly, it's all like, oh, we made a mistake. And they didn't make a mistake thinking differently.
התנזים טול כרם, שמשם זה יצא, ואני מדבר על הערכה. אז יכול להיות שהתוכניות שהיו עד אתמול בלילה...
Everyone said that it happened because there's no fence in this area. So I still disagree with it, but I say okay to fence now, you know.
נדמה לי שהפעם זה יהיה אחרת, אושרת. קודם כל תהיה תגובה, והיא תהיה רחבה וגדולה.
The reaction to the kibbutz attack from the Israeli Defense Force is swift.
وغلت عشرات الآليات المدرعة والدبابات والمركبات العسكرية في نابلس. هذه القوات التي دخلت من عدة محاور لم تواجه مقاومة جدية.
This is the terrorism. The fence prevents me, the ordinary man, from seeing my children and relatives on the other side. The fence doesn't prevent attacks. It doesn't provide safety or security to anyone, not even Ariel Sharon.
Even though the gunmen came from the other side of the West Bank and Kafim was not involved, the village is still under curfew.
2 children die. They turn the world upside down. But our children, aren't they also dear to us? We owned almost 100,000 square meters of olive trees. For me and my family. They are all gone. They took all the land. They left us nothing. I had to sell my wife's gold in order to buy the land to get olives and oil. Now it's gone. We're left with nothing. No income. How are we supposed to live now?
Raja has made it back to Romani and Mansour has seen Dua for the first time. But now, yet another problem. If she stays living in the West Bank, she's been told she'll lose her Israeli citizenship. It will then become impossible for her to visit her parents or the doctor on the other side. So she feels that for now, with the baby so young, she has no choice but to cross back to stay with her parents, uncertain when she will see her husband again.
This house is full with my daughter and wife, but now I'll be here alone. This affects me deeply. I'll know them only on the phone, only able to hear the voice of my daughter, my wife and her family.
يعطيك العافية. طبعا شعوري بحزن كبير يعني.
Of course I feel so sad.
اللي في داخلي مش قادرة أوصفه يعني قديش يعني.
I can't describe the sorrow in my heart and the difficulty of leaving my house and my husband.
دشر داري ودشر جوزي يعني بتعرفي يعني.
The settlers, Shimon and Sandra, have no problem moving between the West Bank and Israel. They go on a shopping trip inside Israel to Kfar Sava, the city where they previously lived. They're anxious because it's still not clear whether their settlement will end up inside the fence.
Lately we've been going a lot to Kfar Sava, you know, for social reasons. Before we didn't really move out a lot, but nearly every day or every couple of days we go down to the city now. Lately we've been thinking maybe we'll move back into the city.
Okay?
You know, I want to move, I hate it here now.
No, not because of
Look at the situation. Life here is very boring.
Friends keep living, it's not many left.
It's not easy. You don't know what to do, whether to stay or go.
I think as the fence around the cities getting quicker built up, obviously we start to think that maybe the attack, instead of going through the fence into Israel, which would be harder for them, they'll maybe try like they're saying, their policies will attack settlements and soldiers. I'm sure, like me, many people will just start to think differently, and maybe they will leave. It's all a matter of who's going to come soon, the attack or the fence.
A decision about the route around the kibbutz has been reached.
I told you, army draws a line, and there it will be. And we check it according to Metzer question. And we gave an answer to Metzer people. We're not going to move.
So there's a standoff now?
It's a standoff, yes.
The route to the fence, which has never been released to the Israeli public, has emerged, and large chunks of Palestinian land are inside. According to a World Bank report, up to 12% of the West Bank could finally be annexed by Israel, further undermining the Palestinians' potential to establish a viable state. Thousands will be trapped in a no-man's land between the fence and the Green Line, their fate uncertain. Since the attack, kibbutz residents have begun installing bars on their windows. Doron admits defeat.
They set us a trap. The government said they're willing to move the line. The route we suggested was acceptable to them, they said. But there were archaeological considerations. It would take 4 or 5 months for them to get the budget to get archaeologists to check and research the findings. They asked us whether we were willing to take responsibility for delaying the fence another 4 to 5 months. What kind of answer was I supposed to give the Israeli public to that?
Like communities all along the fence, kibbutz Metzer will now be divided from its Arab neighbors. And the kibbutz's security chief Yoram cannot wait. He's putting up his own electric security barrier, in addition to the one the government is building.
The electric fence helps the psychological feeling of the members of the kibbutz. I'm also fighting to have the security fence put up as quickly as possible and have it sealed as quickly as possible. We need to say bye-bye Palestine.
You can comment on tonight's programme by visiting our website at www.bbc.co.uk/correspondent. Next week, high hopes for a molecule that kills appetite discovered in a desert cactus. The story of the anti-fat pill and the Bushman.